Today's video lesson, we're going to discuss classes. Now, a class is like a collection of data, behaviors, and it's one of the benefits of using a class is that you're able to keep these things together. So things that go together stay together. That's called encapsulation, data encapsulation. So things that go together need to stay together. It's like a bundling technique. So a class, you can think of it like a description of something and what it can do. And it has attributes, so things that describe the thing. It has methods, which are things that the thing can do. And you create objects from the class. And an object is an instance created based on the description. So it's like an actual thing that exists with specific characteristics and can perform actions. So I've already typed up some stuff here. I've created a class of type animal, and you capitalize the first letter of the class name. This is the convention that you use. And obviously it's a variable name, so you're not going to put in spaces or punctuation marks or anything. And something very important that I need to explain is the initialization here. So you're going to create a function that initializes, it details how to initialize something of type animal, an object of type animal. And this self just means whatever object you created. So the object you just created, that is the self. So self, it has species, it has a sound. And in this function, we're establishing that these are the descriptors that an animal has. So you could think of it that way. So apart from the initialization, you can create other things. So we can have sound, we can have, what else do animals have? They have a sound, they have a species, they have a number of legs, and we can say dot legs equals legs. So now we've said something about how many legs it has. This I'll fix it right now. But we have another function. We have a method. These are the actions that the thing can perform. And the thing that it can do is make a sound. And I've used a printf statement here. You're not super used to these, but they're very helpful. So if you can use them whenever you can. And I've created a cat object. So everything indented underneath the class, that belongs to the class. So it's just like when you guys learned functions and everything was indented underneath the function name, just like that. And you might even be asking yourself, what's the difference between a function and a class? And the difference is that a function is something that details how to do something. So it's like an action. And a class is like a collection. So a class can actually have its own functions. And it does in this example. It has make sound. It can have attributes like species, like a sound, like legs. So a class is more of a bundling, a type of data encapsulation. Okay, and that word is very important, data encapsulation. So remember that. And now I've created an object of type animal. And here's how to do it in Python. We say the name of the object. So I named it cat. And I have established that it is of type animal. Species equals cat, sound equals meow. And a cat has legs equal 4, right? So legs equal 4. Or we can make this something else. So whatever you want to do. So I've created an instance of this animal, and I've created an animal object that is cat. And now I want to access the various things that this animal can do. And animals can make sounds. So I'm going to access the function make sound. And this is how to do it. You take the name of the variable or the object, and you use the dot operator, and then you put the name of the function and the parentheses, whatever it's supposed to take. If it's self, you can just leave this blank. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this. And the cat says meow. And why does it say that? Because the method, when I run the method, it is supposed to print the species name and the sound that it makes. So basically, why would we use a class? Why would we use a class when we could just make a bunch of variables? Well, the reason is because we want to keep data together that belongs together. So the attributes are encapsulated within the class, meaning that the data is kept together and it's not as easily accessible directly from outside the class. So it's a way of bundling data and related functionality into a self-contained unit. It's also a way to keep related actions together. So the methods are defined within the class and operate on the attributes of that class. This ensures that the actions related to the data are logically grouped together. And I did say data weird right now. Okay, so the benefits of using a class are organization. So you've organized your work into a single unit. Code reusability, so modularity. The class can be reused for creating multiple instances of whatever object with similar attributes and actions. And maintainability. So if you need to change how something works for a specific object, you can do it in one place within the class rather than updating it everywhere in your code. And so that's about it for classes. You're going to go ahead and watch another video in your lab portion, and it's going to explain these further. So if you have any questions about classes, just go ahead. My office hours at noon on Mondays, and I'll be there. And if that doesn't work for you, we can also schedule another Zoom appointment, or I can answer things via email, or I can make a follow-up video lesson in case in case there needs to be more direction. So that does it for today. Thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day.